We as FDC in Soroti City, we don't have any camp. We have one party, that is the FDC, that is Yanda Najana Nkumbi. In case I lost in primaries, I will not go for independent, but I will rather rally behind a colleague who has taken over the flag.
Hello from wherever you're following us from. It's yet another beautiful day, and we are still in Soroti. We have not actually moved anywhere. My name is Nathan Eyagu. We left home to change home, and I'm excited. We are hosted at a Soft Live Hotel here in Soroti City, and next to me we have one of our guest person who is in Soroti City, and today it's not basically about entertainment, but it's rather about politics. I will actually give her a chance to introduce herself. Then after, we shall actually be going to the subject itself, why we have actually brought her here. Madam, you're most welcome.
Thank you so much, Nathan and the team. The viewers outside there, my name is Juliet Agonyo. I'm a councillor representing the people of Soroti City East B in Soroti City Council, as well as the Speaker of the city. Thank
you so much for honoring this invite in short notice. We're so excited to have you today. We simply want to know a few things from you. You are a member of the FDC party.
Yes.
And you have actually picked interest to run for MP. What motivated you to come up with this interest?
First of all, I want to say I thank God so much because politics is not just a game that I started yesterday.
Yes.
I started politics some time back. I started with being a mobilizer of the party.
Yes.
And then after that, I graduated. I went into active politics in the year 2011, whereby I contested as a ward councillor.
Yes.
And I won the election. And I became a councillor at Eastern Division. That was the time when Honorable Paul Omer was the chairperson at the Eastern Division. I worked with him from 2011 to 2016, whereby I contested again to get back to council. I still won that election, still under my party, the Forum for Democratic Change, whereby that time it was an NRM who won as a chairperson LOC3. That was Honorable John Robert Isaru. And fortunately, I became the speaker for Eastern Division 2016. Yeah.
In the forthcoming elections, you're going to be actually battling, that is Honorable Joan Alobo, who also happens to be a member in the FDC party. And there have been talks that there are currently two camps. You have your own camp. Honorable Alobo has her own camp. But because other candidates will also be picking interest from other parties, will also be coming to join the race. But for now, the FDC party, you're there and Honorable Alobo is there. There are currently two camps there. Why is this happening? Do you people have internal fights? You're not talking. What exactly is taking place?
First of all, I want to say that we as FDC in Soroti City, we don't have any camp. We have one party, that is the FDC, that is Yanda Najana Nkumbi. But things to do with the camps, we don't have camps here. The election that is going to come forth is always very healthy for any party to have more than one candidate in a position. By the fact that there are two or more people in a position does not mean that those are camps. Those are basically teams that are going to compete within themselves. This is it is an in-house politics whereby we shall go for a healthy primaries as the Forum for Democratic Change. I have been in politics, and it's not all about you being a sole candidate, but it is always very good for you to be tested at that level of the party, whereby you contest, you compete within yourselves. And then the delegates within the party will decide to say, whom do we take from the two, depending on how you have presented yourselves, your ideas to the party. And then also too, How effective have you been in the party?
Yes.
Have you been a strong mobilizer? Do you have the following? Do you have those who follow you, who believe by you, by either your mobilization skills or your ideas
Yes.
towards building the party? So by the fact that we are going for primaries does not mean that we hate ourselves,
Yes.
but we are going for a healthy competition. Whoever who will take the flag at the end of the day, we say, God, thank you, and the other one will have to rally behind the other. That is what I emulate a lot about my party, the Forum for Democratic Change. But also there are other things that you can do besides going for an election. You can decide to sit together and say, we negotiate, we talk.
Yes.
You initiate a talk, whether one should continue, one goes maybe for another position. If it's not agreed, you go to the basin to be actually shifted from there. That's what normally happens. But to say that there are camps, no, totally that one is not there. We don't have camps. We are one FDC, because all of us are going to talk to the same delegates. Honorable Joan doesn't have delegates. Me as Juliet Agonyo, I don't have delegates. But those are the party structures that the party has put in place. Yeah.
You actually mentioned about party primaries. In most circumstances, most of the people, when they fail in party primaries, someone picks up interest to go and contest as an independent. Will that happen to you in case you fail to come, get a flag, party flag? What will you do?
Wow, it's a good question. What I want to tell the public out there is that according to the way I have practiced my politics, I don't do politics for purposes of just being known as a politician. But I have tried my best to practice this politics whereby when one is living, should be living something that is seen by the people and leaves respect to you as a leader who has served. So therefore, I want to be very clear from here that in case if I lost in primaries, in case I lost, but that is not what every candidate wishes to have. In case I lost in primaries,
Yes.
I will not go for independent, but I will rather rally behind a colleague who has taken over the flag, such that we all build the party together. Why people normally have worries is when a person comes into politics with a mind of taking everything, like for one, it should be me, not so and so, not someone else. That is what brings a lot of chaos into parties. But whereby someone is mature in the way of thinking, with a very good motive for this country, not only for your personal gain as becoming a leader, but when you have love for your country,
Yes.
one has definitely always have to do what I have just stated right now. If we were all moving in that angle, then Uganda would have moved forward.
Okay, Soroti being a city that is developing, a city that is for the whole of Teso, a number of districts, and we still have a number of people coming in to invest in Soroti, with a number of challenges coming in, year in and year out. If you're given the flag and you manage to go through as the woman MP of Soroti City, what do you focus in doing to ensure that Soroti is a city for all people, a city with a few problems, no matter the challenges that are there currently?
First, I want us to appreciate the fact that this is not my first time in leadership. I've been in leadership. I have understood how the local government works and what is it supposed to be for the people.
Yes.
We have always looked at the people in terms of education, in terms of health, in terms of actually including even environment, where people live. So there are so many things that we as a city we have done. What I have done as also a speaker is there. Like now when we became a city, we did a lot. We put in place the boards and commissions, because when you are a city, it means that you are now an authority, like any other districts in Uganda. So meaning for me as a person who has been in the local government for now 15 years, I will be completing my 15 years with the 2 terms of speakership. Steering council as a speaker, which is not an easy task. We have always seen challenges, we have seen councils fight, but I think on my side you've never heard that my council has fought. It's not because people are compromised, but it is because we share ideas together. We finish our things in-house. We also quarrel, we disagree, but we get back on board and say we are here to represent our people. So let us put the fact that our people come first, and then for us we come second. So that is the reason as to why for me I've said at least I've served in local government for 15 years now. Meaning I have been undergoing a training that has also yielded, because I have also not lost an election, not because I am a very good one, but maybe because of the way I do my things, the way I relate with the people, the way we have also tried to make sure that the services reach nearer to the people. Yes.
Okay, with the number of years that you have actually worked in the local government, what is that is actually so unique, that is actually making you to come and contest, that you want to go to parliament and come up and bring in change?
Actually, what has motivated me, one is that I want us to appreciate the fact that all about leadership. When you're a leader, there are 3 things that a leader is supposed to be doing for his or her people. One is representation.
Yes.
At what level are you representing your people in the house? It matters a lot, because in the house you're supposed to, this is Soroti City, you're supposed to speak about Soroti City, those things that affect Soroti people directly. And then 2, resource allocation. You're supposed to move around, lobby, create good rapport with the other MPs to make sure that by the time you present an issue concerning your constituency, you have a backing.
Yes.
That is how you can get development. That is how you can increase on the level of maybe resources, because we receive resources from the central government. In most cases, the resources that we receive are very meager. The number is overwhelming. The demands of the people, it is overwhelming. When you look at health services, you find that drugs are brought to the hospitals, but these drugs don't even spend a week, and they are over. And then our people still end up by going to the clinic. At least the first thing, if an MP like me, if tomorrow people entrust me, and I make sure that I go and lobby such that we speak one voice from Parliament, that if it is the health services, let our health services be equipped with the drugs, such that our people with the little resources, because so many people are struggling with businesses, the little money they get, if there were drugs in the hospital, if there were doctors in the hospital, which means, and the nurses, which means our people, the little money they would be getting, they would be using it for development and other areas. When you look at like areas of education, our traditional schools have totally gone down via performances. But when you look at and you ask yourself that what could be the problem, because the private schools perform better.
Yes.
And yet these are the same teachers that are trained in one institution. But you realize that, first of all, there's nobody who wants to study in a bad environment, a poor environment, poor floors, dilapidated buildings. Look at like our school Pioneer. Look at the teachers' quarters. A teacher wakes up from such a house, has to go to class. Do you think, because everything that we do under the sun, it moves with our mindset, the way we think about it. How is it you can be there while you're thinking about your body status behind, the house is leaking, and when you get inside there, what will you do to the pupils? So for me, I look at it in a bigger perspective. Like if government would get back to focus also on the side of education, do renovations of all the government, these traditional schools, as it had started after the COVID impact. If they would do it to also the teachers' quarters, and all this, it is the members of parliament to lobby. It is them to lobby for all these things, to tell the government the truth. When you look at the status of our roads, like for us here in the city, we appreciate it because we have tried.
Yes,
we have tried to do road networks, though we have little budget. Like for us in the city, we are still operating the municipality budget. Till today, the budget has never been increased. And yet they added us 13 wards on top of the 12 that we had as a municipality. So meaning that government, central government needs to do a lot. First of all, to the 10 newly created cities that we are in right now. When you look at our mayors, they are working on foot. I think you have always seen. Mayor for East does not have a vehicle, Mayor for West doesn't have a vehicle. For us, for the city, we have an old vehicle that all the time has got a mechanical problem. And that one also is affecting us a lot. So we need people who can be there to lobby, speak on behalf of the others, speak willingly, and always create a good working environment with the rest of the people. So that is what I can say for now.
You mentioned about lobbying. What strategies do you have for promoting economic development and attracting investment in the city?
First of all, when you look at, like for us as Soroti City, one, we have the industrial park, of which in our industrial park, when we entered into the system, we have always kept on asking which people have bought, have been given as a Uganda Investment Authority, given the land the other side. Those answers we are still looking for. We are still looking for the list of tracking, the record, the list of those investors who were given the industrial park land. We have always seen, when you go to Mbale, you always admire Mbale Industrial Park. When you're passing going to Kampala, you see how they have constructed there. And you also appreciate the fact that the youth that you see coming out of the industrial park, maybe in the evening when they are going home, there's a big number. So meaning that is part of job creation for our youth. When we get the developers and who will develop the industrial park, meaning most of our children, the ones who have gone to the streets, all of them will look for the best solution for them to see that they also fit in an income generating activities.
One of the challenges that we currently have in the city is corruption. How will you foresee that vice once you're given office?
Corruption, to me, I say corruption started a long time ago, and it started from the so-called order from above, what everything that we do down this way, it all comes from up.
Yes.
Corruption started from the other side. That's why you see that when there was the other incident of the bill, which was a change of the constitution, first of all, when they brought the issue of the removing the term limit and the age limit actually from the constitution,
yes,
you find that most of the legislators were compromised by the so-called the order from above. The president just deliberately, that one was his area, and he did what he could to see that that issue of the term limit was actually the age limit was removed from the constitution. When you come down this way, we still face the same, because see how we are struggling with the issues of local revenue. You find that you have budgeted for maybe local revenue of 3.6 billion to be collected, but at the end, though I have not seen maybe the evidence, but at the end you find that this revenue keeps on dropping, and by the end of the financial year you get that the money that is collected is very less than what you had anticipated the other side. So for us as being a Actually, if I became a member of parliament, we would have to sit down. You see, where we have reached, at least sitting down and discussing over certain issue, I see like it is the first step in life. Because if you just come and you say, I am a member of parliament like this and this, and you are not coordinating with these people who are directly in charge of the resources that your people are benefiting from. So meaning you have given them liberty to do whatever they feel like doing. But when you give that close relationship in terms of monitoring how they are doing their work, then also encourage them where necessary, you will find that you would have eliminated so many corruption tendencies. And then too, a person whose name has been pointed out to be corrupt, that one must be also apprehended. Because the laws are there of Uganda to really to handle those ones whom we feel they are being oppressive to us in one way or the other. So those are the things that I feel can try to tame down the corruption levels.
One of the other concerns is issues of garbage. The population in the city keeps on growing. But of course, little is actually being done to actually see that the garbage is actually being worked on. Once you enter that office, what measures do you have to ensure that garbage?
Now, the issues of garbage is basically the work of the local government. And being in the local government, it means that your local government, you are the one who takes the responsibility of seeing that the town is clean. Yes. There is enough security. So when you say garbage, now government introduced a new system. That is the IRA system, whereby all the monies are collected and taken to Kampala.
Yes.
The consolidated account, and then you request. When you request, first of all, they can take like 2 months to give you back what you have requested. Sometimes they even don't give you fully. So meaning that being a member of parliament, first of all, that is one area that they should address. Because there is no way a local government down here can now decide to do things outside the law by so saying that let us leave maybe one revenue source to handle the issues of garbage. It is very difficult, because when the assessors come and they get that you have done that, meaning already those are problems. So being a member of parliament with a clear mind, to me I would say managing the issues of garbage, one. We have tried as a city to privatize the garbage management. We have tried giving it to Asante and Agasia. But what is on ground is that, first of all, I think people need attitude change for them to accept that this polluter police pay, they should embrace it, because right now government has removed its hand from dealing with the people's garbage. They say you produce your garbage because it is you who produces the garbage. Deal with it and make sure that it reaches the right place where it's supposed to be dumped. So meaning we are supposed to pay for our garbage. So much more is needed. Maybe being a person, maybe a leader or a member of parliament who has got a clear mind, it will mean that he will have to inject more money on sensitization, civic education. And now, under civic education, it does not just end there on garbage. There is also these monies that government is giving people. And when you are given money, first of all, most of the people don't have businesses. So meaning a lot of business orientation is needed down, such that the people whom you will be leading also have some kind of knowledge on what they are doing. But on the side of garbage, people need to be they need to be taught, they need to be sensitized on how to manage their garbage. and make it. By the way, there are even more, some companies that are already signing the MOUs with us as a city council in regards to recycling of the garbage that is produced from outside. So there are so many good things coming, and I pray that it comes to pass.
For that, just as we come to the end of this short interview, what message do you have for the people outside there who are watching us right now?
One, I want to appreciate all the people watching. I know it is beyond Soroti City. It could be global wide. I want to appreciate all of us. And I want us to really embrace the fact that we were affected by the COVID-19 affected us. And right now people are not doing so well in their businesses. People are limping. So what I encourage you is to remain strong, utilize the little resources you have. But I also want to encourage government that in order for the public, in order for our people to get out of this, government has to do more on enterprising by the fact that the parish development model is there. Government has to do more or have other programs that can help the downer person to get out of the situation that we are in right now.
Thank you so much for following us. Soroti happens to be a city for everyone, and since the population is growing and you have new people coming in, it's actually high time for us as media to actually bring these leaders on board. Whoever actually picks interest, come and contest that the person down there actually gets to benefit and gets to know what his or her leader has for him or her once he or she is given the mandate. You are watching The Survives. My name is Nathaniel Yagu, and of course remember on the 15th we have the Teso Tourism Symposium. Ensure that you turn up, and of course let's attend it, and ensure that Teso is actually sold to the world. We have a number of tourism sites to actually visit in Teso, and some of them you may not be able to know, but when you attend the tourism symposium you'll actually be able to actually get to learn more. I want to appreciate the guy who has been behind the camera, Sultan Ali, my colleague Mr. DK, who has not been around to actually join us in this interview, but of course definitely next interview we shall actually be actually having him. Thank you so much, madam, for honoring this interview in a short while, and we hope to actually be to invite you again to discuss matters regarding to development, matters regarding the community, and of course any other discussion that we invite you. Please come again.
Actually, we need to encourage people to come and stay in town and do business. As you can see now, we have put lights, so meaning even the time for business has been increased a little bit. Then also it is town where good things are. Yeah, money you can't get it in the village apart from when you do agric. But when you do these simple works, you will definitely change the way you live. Thank you.
All right, we are going to be sharing this content in different channels: Econ TV, Teso TV, and of course Teso Vibes. Ensure that you subscribe, leave down a comment, tell us what you think about this. In case there's any other question that you have, just drop it there. We shall actually be directing this to our leaders. My name is Nathaniel Yagu. We left home to change home.